Assalamualaikum and hi to examiner. My name is Muhammad Noarizuddin bin Mustafa Kamal. I will present about research proposal which is impact exposure of technology and mechanization handling in oil palm field. Okay, I will proceed with introduction. The oil palm industry is very dependent on labor. The industry is required many workers for the operation and ranging from planting to process. Oil palm field activity require a large proportion of the workforce, which is total workforce in the plantation and smallholder sector in 2018 that was 500,000 workers, which is 70% from them made up foreigners. That harvesting activities require the largest proportion of workforce, and it also reveals there are 4 categories of oil palm plantation and dependent of foreign workers. Those are harvester, cutter, fresh fruit bunch collector, loose fruit collector and field workers. Currently, mechanization practice in oil palm is vary from plantation to plantation. As well, operation device mechanism practice is to apply beside providing suitable machine, field operation, the preparation or infrastructure such as mechanism pads, worker training, supervisor and manager mechanization, and often a free commitment from top management is important. In the era of leading towards the industrial revolution and expanding growing globalization, Malaysia has made tremendous efforts to increase productivity through technology and advancement. Those efforts would facilitate development and utilize technology such as tool improvement and increase agricultural industry performance. Many technology tools has been incorporated into Malaysian plantation setting. With this tool, the issue shortage of workers could be lessened and projected better economic return. The current practice of the estate which is successful mechanization has been realized include the following point, which is infrastructure preparation of mechanism parts, especially in hilly area, participation of worker in their union, choice of the machine for the job environment, use of demonstration plot to evaluate development, and management of the field. Next chapter is I will proceed with problem statement, which we must know which is the acceptance of technology and mechanization in the agriculture sector, and it's because most of them are not sure about the cost and advantage when use technology and mechanization for the crop or yield. The objective of this research paper is to identify the impact of the exposure technology and mechanization to oil palm field. The industry has to focus adapting mechanization for the industry productivity, hence decreasing the dependency of human workers. It is because reluctance the local workers to work in the plantation sector has resulted to important work foreign worker. Mechanization is all about reducing labor dependency. While it's true certain more extent, more correctly, mechanization should be looked up to increase productivity with the same number of workers. Okay, there are many type of machine that have been used in oil palm industry, such as a motorized cutter, short palms, mechanical harvester for palm, and loose fruit cleaner, and there are many others machine that have been used. Okay, we proceed with the motorized cutter for short palm, also known as chantas. This machine introduced by MPOB, and it will cutting oil palm fruit branch and fruit palms less than 5 meter tall. The invention of use pitly chopping method to perform a cutting. It will less energy and thus needing executing the cutting operation. It will gain 300 to 900 bunches can be harvested, and covering 10 to 15 hectare of the plantation area. Next is mechanical harvester to tall palm. This mechanical harvester is based on track type in the creation, and also introduced by MPOB and collaboration with Japan's technology. This technology is used in vertical telescoping and archital section, to which is cutter and grapple mounted. The grapple is provided to grab and hold the fruit bunch before cutting, and this element bunch impact to the ground, falling to the ground. Next is a loose fruit cleaner, which is the objective of this machine is to achieve zero damage or zero damage. This separator machine is mobile type, which is can be moved from the place to another. The separation is will be carried out with vibrating bed. In this development, there are up to separation method, which is vibration table and height velocity. By using this fruit separator machine, only 1% of debris remain. The mill is profit much higher as they do not have to pay additional cost for extra percentage of debris. Next, we will proceed to the impact of the exposure, technology and mechanization through the workers and labor, environment and smallholder. Technological advance and scientific discovery are aimed to increasing palm oil production and upstream sector. There are several technology and mechanization that have used, such as biotechnology techniques, which is tissue culture, molecular research method, modern technology that include gene sequencing, genomics, genetic engineering, and others. This method can theoretically increase palm oil production. Impact on workers: the productivity and efficiency are enhanced, and they will reducing labor requirement and overcoming labor shortage in the plantation. Also, production costs can be lowered by substantial labor reduction. And the bed is requires skill, energy to ensuring effective cutting operation or the operation. Many workers will be laid off and unemployment will continue to rise. Impact on smallholding: it's not a big impact to smallholding, but advised to use mechanization and technology to increase their relatively limited farm size yield, because the smallholding been built for dragging down the oil palm fresh fruit bunch. Overall national palm oil production is a very low quality, and oil palm smallholder will need to change their mindset as to the challenge of revolutioning farm and management. Next, we go to impact to environmental, which is nowadays there are many oil palm estate that cover it of the land, which is expansion of oil palm plantation has been lead to deforestation. It may affect to the biodiversity and pollution. To overcome this issue, biotechnology has been proven technology for a more efficient and environmentally friendly, such as geoformation technology could be lead to huge improvement in sustainable management of palm oil plantation. Is also enabling early diagnosis of the disease and pest problem. It also can improving productivity by assessing crop and soil condition more effectively. In conclusion, mechanized tools are modern alternative to current agriculture industry. It's a very relevant practice could utilize into outcome of this industry method. A useful technology to post quality and agronomic design characteristic. This technology development have positive and negative impact on the working class. These are very relevant practice could be utilized and outcome of this risk. Technology is acknowledged to have advantage, but it must be used properly for the common good and not just on party. The fact is technology development has been positive and negative impact on the working class. However, the negative impact is much subtle and not directly. It should be studied indeed. Technology is acknowledged to have advantage, but it must be used properly for the common good and not just one part. That's all from me. Thank you and see you again.